Welcome to the session on how to use Algo platform for automation of your trades and strategies to place orders in your broker account without much intervention. We will start with a small presentation and then we will get into the actual usage of the platform. Kindly use the chat box to raise if you have any queries so that I could answer them as we go along. This session is getting recorded in case if you'd like to have a look at it. You want to go through it, it will be made available towards the later part of the day. Yes, it will be available. Yes. Now, would like to make this as interactive as possible. So please raise any queries using the chat box as to the usage of the platform. Now, one important thing is to be noted is that we are not a tip provider, or we are not providing any strategies as such. We don't recommend what to buy and what to sell, when to buy and when to sell, kind of thing. We are not an advisory service. We are a platform which would help you to place orders with the least amount of intervention, human intervention, I would say. So let's start with the presentation and then see how we can automate your strategies either using various platforms like TradingView or AmiBroker or charting kind of tools. Yeah. Now, the agenda for today is to look at the core features which are available and what are the key benefits which Algomojo trading infrastructure would bring to retail users. See, charting, I'm currently not prepared to show it here, but the process is pretty simple. We will be using mainly TradingView to do the setups. It will be a similar thing to be done in charting also. I'll show you the process. So you'll be able to figure out how to do it in charting also. Yes. So there was a query on charting as such. Now, yes, we will look at some of the core features and benefits which Algomojo would bring to retail users. Then we will look at how do we do an integration with some of the strategies or indicators or price-based actions using TradingView. Now, in case if anybody is interested in AmiBroker, we could go through AmiBroker integration part also. Main focus would be on TradingView integration because TradingView is very, very popular, very convenient to use, and there are a lot of studies and strategies which people use in TradingView. So let us look at how we can automate those strategies or indicators or price-based actions using a simple copy-paste kind of facility that we suggest, which is a one-time activity that you need to do. And post that setup or the alert creation in TradingView, the signals which get generated or the levels which get achieved on the charts will be converted into orders, signals, and those signals will be converted into orders through Algomojo. Now, in case if you have any specific strategy or indicator to see in TradingView, kindly let me know. I can use that as a reference and show the demo on that as to how to do the integration. A brief about our support structure. Now, yeah, you can raise any queries that you would have on about the usage of the platform, or if you have would like to look at anything specific in TradingView or in AmiBroker, let me know. I'll be able to provide a demo on both these platforms today. Yeah. Now, we are a web-based platform. We don't have any mobile app. So using any kind of infrastructure, either your Windows laptop or your Apple laptop or your mobile phone as such, I would rather say that do the setup using the laptop or a desktop. After that, monitoring of the orders or the platform performance can be handled through your mobile phone browser also. But initial setup, when you're trying to do the integration, always use a larger screen that will be useful and easy to handle. Uh, so use any browser. It could be Edge or a Chrome or Brave or Firefox, any of these browsers, and then you can use. You will get access to all the features and facilities that Algomojo brings in. Right. Um, we have integrated with pretty the most popular trading tools like Ami Broker, TradingView, MT4, Charting, Ninja Trader, etc. And we support, or our API integration has been done with close to 30 brokers across the country. It includes all the large names, broker houses in the country. I'll share you the list of brokers with whom we have done the integration. So, in case if you have an account with any of those brokers, you'll be able to start using our platform immediately. Now, whatever codes are required or whatever modules are required for automation, we provide that. It is just a copy paste kind of things, one or two things to be copied and pasted either in TradingView or in Charting or in ME Broker, any of these places, and do the alert creation or the module integration in ME Broker or in Charting. You have to just copy the webhook URL and place it in Charting. That's all that needs to be done to automate the signals that would come in from Charting or TradingView or ME Broker. Our aim is to keep the entire process as simple as possible and as user friendly as possible. You need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge to automate your signals using various platforms, charting platforms. Now, the easiest part or the requirement is that, or we don't require to look into the strategy per se, or we don't even have to open any kind of codes in TradingView or any broker. All you have to do is copy paste one or two things and be done with it. The signals will be picked up by those codes, which you will do the copy paste and then sent across for executions as such. We will look at the process when we get into the actual TradingView integration. It is all hosted in data centers, so the availability is pretty high, and we have been in the business for more than 7 8 years. We have a huge client base using our platform as such. So we are not new in the industry. We have been operational for pretty long time, and a lot of people have been using our systems, and they're pretty comfortable with the performance so far. So we keep upgrading, we keep adding brokers, we keep adding new features. As and when these are rolled out, new things are rolled out, we reach out to the clients and update them about the services or the new facilities that we offer. Some of the key features would include things like you can decide what is that you want to trade. Like it is not mandated that you have to trade what we have. You can decide what you want to trade, whether you want to trade in equities, whether you want to trade in futures, or whether you want to trade in options. And when it comes to options, whether you want to trade in static options or you want to choose dynamic options. So whenever there's a signal coming in, you want to trade in say ITM 5, our system, you can define that in our system. And when the signal is received, we will look at what is the strike price that you have selected for what instrument, and then send the signal for order placement to your broker as per your setting done. Right now, the platform is not only useful for option buying. If you are an option writer also, you can use a platform. You can write options whenever there's a signal coming in. So for example, if there's a buy signal coming in, you would like to write a PE of say ATM or OTM or ITM, that's possible. Now, in case if you'd like to hedge some of your main trades by using an option, that's also possible. Suppose you're taking a trade in the futures and you'd like to hedge that with an option. uh, you can set it up based on the signal received, and both the orders can be placed based on a single signal. So if you're buying an option, it can place that order first and then execute the futures after that. Yeah, we will. Now, uh, you can, in case if the quantity is large or it is higher than the freeze limits, not to worry, we will take care of the order splitting. We will split the orders and place multiple, will send multiple orders to the exchanges through your brokers for execution of the entire quantity that you're looking at. So similarly, when you want to exit, multiple orders can be placed by the system itself. Now, for risk management, we offer target settings and stop loss and trailing stop loss. Now, these are possible at an individual stock level or individual symbol level. As of now, the portfolio level or the all open position level kind of target setting or stop loss or trailing stop loss are currently not available. Going forward, we are building systems which could handle the entire portfolio or entire positions that are open, and it could look into uh, all the open positions, and if the target is being met, it can get closed also. Now, currently, it has to be done at a individual stock or symbol level. You can set the targets either in terms of mm, uh, points, or you can set it up in terms of uh, percentages, or even based on MTM. Or if you're a swing trader, you can set it up using profit based exits also on targets getting achieved or stop loss getting hit as such. Now, if you're looking at a swing trade and you decide that you would like to make at least a minimum target of 15,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees, whatever is your target, you can set it up as a one time activity on the system, and the trades, if whenever they meet the target levels or the stop loss levels, it will get executed, and the trade will get closed for you. If you are an intraday trader, you can again set it up in, or not only intraday, personal traders also can set it up in terms of percentage and points. M2M is more based for intraday as such. You can set the start and end times. Suppose you want to trade only the morning 1 hour where the volatility is very high. You can do the setting in a platform saying that you want to trade only between 9:15 to say 10:30. Now, after that, any signals coming in will not be processed. Or if you don't want to take any trades in the first 1 hour or 2 hours or towards the end of the day, then you can do the time setting also. So only in that open window which you do set in a platform, signals coming in will be processed and orders will be placed. Now, for all users, we provide paper trading facility. Up to 6 strategies you can test concurrently for paper trading. And once you find that the system is performing or meeting your requirements in terms of execution of orders and the in terms of trading whatever requirements that you would have, then you can shift over to live trades. Our suggestion is to start with a paper trade, look at how the platform is performing, whether the orders are getting placed as per your requirements, and observe it for a couple of trades, a couple of days. And once you get a hang of it, the entire order flow and the way the platform is structured or the platform is performing, you can shift over to live trades. Uh, Paper trade as a facility is more provided to look at um, the process of how to use the platform. It is not to be misunderstood or to be used for, say, back testing or forward testing kind of requirements, because our platform is not geared for doing a back test. For back testing, you are aware you would like to, you need to have multiple months or multiple years of data, and you will need to check it and do the entire run of your strategy or whatever studies that you would have to arrive at an optimum strategy and parameters for testing and going live, going towards live trading as such. See, in terms of target, you can um, there is one level of target you can set. There are no multiple levels of target setting. So what happens is, if you would like to maximize in terms of targets, you we suggest that you look at a higher level of target. Suppose you're looking at trading in a nifty kind of instrument. Look at the targets of 500 points or 100,000 points as the target, and if you're a swing trader, and set the trailing stop loss also. So as and when the indices moves in your direction, the trailing stops also keep moving up. And if the target is achieved first, that will get executed. Or if the trailing stop is hit on your uh, trade, it will get closed as such. Hope that is what you're looking at. And again, it is pretty dynamic. Say you start with a target level of say 500 points on Nifty, and tomorrow you feel that the market might keep trending up, so you would like to change it to say 750 level or 1,000 points, 1,500 points. You can keep doing that. All you have to do is go and edit the target levels and save it. So system can will keep tracking about will keep track of the target levels that you would have set in the system in the platform, and whenever it is achieved, the trades will get closed. Yeah, please, if you have any queries, kindly use the chat box. I'll try and address them as we go along. Hope you are able to see my screen. Others, this participant who is mentioning that he is not able to see the screen. Is my screen visible to all? I suppose, sir, others are able to see the screen. Request you to kindly log out and maybe log in again. You should be able to see. We are looking at the presentation as of now. So we have not got into the actual platform integration. Okay. So try and log out and log in. So you should be able to have a look at the screen. Yes. Yeah. Suppose you have taken a trade, say, as I was mentioning in Nifty, and you have started with a target of say 300 points, and you see that the market is going to trend higher, and you would like to change the target level from 300 to 500 the next day, it's still possible. So if you have taken a position in Nifty today or say on Monday, and on Tuesday you would like to change the target from 300 to 500, it will get applied to the trade which is taken on Monday. So it is specific to the instrument that you're trying to trade. So you can set the target for each individual instrument that you're trading. Yes. So suppose you're carrying. So we have seen traders who are using the platform to trade in cash markets, which the swing traders, which runs into a couple of months as such. I would say, and they set the targets, and whenever the and there's a facility. Sometimes they change those target levels or stop loss levels also. So whatever holdings are there, and so the fresh targets and stop losses will be applied to those holdings and the strategy that they would define it in a platform. So it is pretty dynamic. It is editable. You can keep changing it. Tomorrow, you feel that the market may not trend much. You'd like to try and come out of the trade early. You can lower your targets or increase your stop loss levels also, so that your trades are closed much earlier. So you can change those parameters, either this in terms of points or in terms of profits or in terms of percentages also. So you also have, suppose you are a swing trader and you would like to roll over your contracts or positions at the end of the month, it's possible to set the rollover. Now, rollover, you need not have to wait till the end of the contract. You can set the rollover to happen, say, 5 days before the expiry or 3 days before the expiry. And say during, say at 1 o'clock or 1:30, you like to close the trades or roll over the trades. You can set the time and date. So at given time and date, we will close the existing month's contract and take up the new contract for the next month or month after that, whatever contract or time frame you would have chosen. So that's possible. Now you can there are facilities like, suppose you're an intraday trader and you don't want to take more than say 5 trades, you can limit that also using a platform. Now, if there are strategies which are giving multiple buy signals or multiple sell signals concurrently, so you would like to, if you would like to limit them to say two of them or three of them, the concurrent signals, I would say, you can do those kind of settings also. See, normally rollover happens on the date and time at which you want. Suppose the coming month expiry, the November expiry, I think is on 25th. Say you would like to do the rollover on say 23rd, say. Um, don't remember the dates exactly. So 3 days before the expiry or 4 days before the expiry, you would like to roll over. So whatever portion of November is still running, we will close that position and take up the portion of December. Say if you said 3 days before, we will do the rollover 3 days before the expiry date. That's how the system is designed to work. So you can set the date and time. We will not wait till the expiry date, but on the, suppose like what I'm saying is, if the expiry is on 25th and you would like to roll over on say 21st, it's possible. So if you've said on 21st, please roll over my open position at say 2 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock. We will close your existing November month contract and place orders for the December month contract. Now, if you're an option trader and you have multiple legs of orders to be placed using a single signal, that's possible. Suppose you have a option strategy involving, say, 5 legs, and say out of that 5 legs, two of them are option selling and three of them are option buying. So we can buy the options first and then look at option selling part based on a single signal, and while exiting the option which have been written will get closed first and the options which have been bought will be closed after that, so you get the margin benefits also. So you can see, define the sequence in which the orders need to flow from your platform to the exchanges in our platform itself. See, currently you can choose based on the ITM and OTM option strikes. So up to 20 strikes you can choose uh, in the money or out of the money. Based on premium, in the current version, not yet. Maybe going forward, we will have such kind of facilities also. Yeah, you can have multiple legs of the same strategy. Suppose if it's a nine corner, which will have 5 legs or 4 legs. So all the legs of, say, an iron corner based on a single signal of buy can be executed one after the other. Yes. So the way it operates is that you create each of the legs that you are trying to trade in the option strategies, and then do a grouping of them. And while doing a grouping, you can define the sequence in which the orders have to go, in terms of entry and even exits also, which strike price, or which leg has to get executed first and which leg has to come in later. You can define that. Normally what happens to we suggest is that to get the margin benefit while entering, or at the entry stage, execute the option buying part legs first, and then the writing part, or the selling of the options. And while exiting, the options which have been written will be closed, and after that the option which have been bought will be closed. So you the margins don't get affected that way, or you get that benefit of margin. Now, the segments that you can trade includes things like equities. It can be cash for intraday or delivery based. Both positional trades or holdings can be used in our platform. You can trade in futures. It can be NSE, BSE, commodities. All exchanges are supported. Indian markets. Now, we are not supporting either crypto or forex, but all the other segments which are legally allowed, or supported by the brokers, you can trade in them. Options can be again Nifty, mid cap Nifty, bank Nifty. All segments are available here. Now, in terms of brokers, we have integrated with close to 30 brokers, and we'll keep adding as we go along. And these are the brokers with whom we have done the integrations already. If you have an account with any of these brokers, you can start using our platform. We provide a 7-day trial window for you to check out our platform. And if you feel that the platform is able to meet your requirements in terms of investment, or in terms of trading, you can go in for subscription. Now, in terms of subscription, there are three models available. You have a monthly option, half yearly option, and an yearly option. So monthly is close to about 1,000 rupees, and yearly it would work out about 5,000 rupees, say 500 rupees per month, as such. 6,000 rupees, sorry. Um, Now, we have a special offer in case if you open a new account with any of these seven brokers, the APIs from Algo will be free of cost for life. So, you this would this also includes Zeroda. So we have tie up with these seven brokers. We are able to extend free APIs for lifetime as such. So request you to kindly open new account with any of these brokers and avail the lifetime free services of Algomojo. Now, when it comes to automation, it happens in two parts. First is what we do in terms of the setting up an Algomojo platform, and then we get into the uh, charting platform. So, before we get into that, let's look at the platform. So it happens in two parts. So you define what is that you want to trade in Algomojo, and then uh, go to your charting tool and do the setup. Say if it's Trading View, then you have to create an alert. If it's ME Broker, you have to install a bridge and then add the necessary modules, which is all provided by us. And in both the cases, you will need to use the webhook URL. So if you are going to use TradingView, then you will need to have a subscription for TradingView, because the free version doesn't support the webhook um, requirement. So you will need to have the basic subscription, or at least from TradingView. Depending on the kind of alerts or number of alerts that you would be using, then the plans may need to change as per your requirements. See, when it comes to Excel, I would say that we are completely geared up for providing a automated Excel module as such. Now, if you want to place bracket orders through Excel, currently the kind of structure that we have built for Excel usage will not be able to support for placing bracket orders there. So before getting into TradingView, let's look at the platform as such. Any queries so far? please let me know. See, you can place orders for execution of equities and futures in cash market for equities for intraday and personal. MTF, no, not yet. Yeah, copy trade as a facility is extended in our platform, is possible in our platform. So if you have a strategy and you would like to share those signals, we call it as signal sharing with your friends and family members, it's possible. Now, all of them will need to have the API from Algo, so that they all can log into the same platform and create what is that they want to trade. And based on the signals that you are generating, the orders can get executed as per individual's requirement. Suppose uh, you have a strategy and you have backtested and you're running it on TradingView, and you would like to pass on the same benefits to your friends and family, and each of them would have different kind of requirements in terms of uh, say what is that they want to trade. Some people might want to trade in, say, one lot. Some people might want to trade in 10 lots or 15 lots. So depending on the scale, they can define what is that they want to trade based on the signals that you're sending. So whenever you're sending a signal to enter and exit the trade, it can get executed in everybody's account as such. Yeah, bracket order through Excel currently in the current form is not supported, sir. This is a website. If you have an account with any of our API integrated brokers, the list which I was sharing, you can start using the platform. The method is pretty simple. All you have to do is use this login button. Before that, as I was mentioning, if you open a new account with any of the seven listed brokers that we have a tie-up with, you get lifetime APIs free. Lifetime APIs. For getting that, use this button called Open Account. It will ask for some basic details like name and email and phone number. You will need to select the broker from here. And suppose you want to open an account with, say, Zerodha, and then submit it. It will take you to the Zerodha account opening process. Once you complete the account opening process, you will get the client credentials in terms of client ID and password. Using that, you will be able to start trading, and the APIs of both Zerodha, anyway, they have made it free of cost, and even Algomojo APIs will come free of cost for you. So kindly make use of this button for a referral account opening and avail the lifetime APIs from us free of cost. Right. So once you have the credentials, go to this login page and log in using the broker that you want to use. So for today's demo, we will be using a broker called TradeGenie. So select the broker from the list and say login. It will ask for the credentials, which will be the same as what your broker has provided. So there are no separate credentials that are required to use Algomojo platform. So let me update the TOTP. So once you log in, the user interface is the same for all brokers. So you have a dashboard, and on the right top, what you see is the orders and trades and positions. This would give you the complete details of the trades handled or placed through API and through manually also. So this is the data which is coming directly from the broker. Broker terminals will have all kind of orders placed for the day or for the day. So you'll be able to see all the positions and orders and trades which have happened for the day. ICICI Direct, not yet. In terms of integration, we had done and we had opened it for retail usage, but for some clarity from the regulator, they have stopped their API services or APIs that they were taking or allowing. They were allowing from Algomojo. So whenever they open, you will be able to start using it. We are ready in terms of ICICI Direct integration. So here you will be able to see all the orders and positions that are placed not only through API, even manually also. And uh, you can create a watch list and place orders from here. Say, suppose you want to buy something like in Reliance and you place an order, that's possible. So both API based and manual orders can be placed from the platform. So one login will be able to do all your trading and investment activity from here itself, except for maybe some of the backend activities like adding funds or withdrawing funds or getting reports. You will be able to you will need to use the broker's terminal as such. So our platform is not geared up for back testing a strategy. See, when we talk about backtesting a strategy, what the requirement is that you should have the historical data of the period for which you want to test. Suppose you want to test the how the strategy is performed for the past 3 years or 5 years time frame. Some people even look at from 8 to 10 years kind of time frames and look at how the strategy is performed. They do a optimization of those parameters of the strategy that they want to trade, uh, come out with the right parameters which are suitable for their style of or their requirement of trading or investment. And once you arrive at those parameters, you would use those parameters either in trading view or in ami broker or in charting, and trades can happen or signals can get generated from your platform, and those signals will be picked up and play orders can be placed with us. So our platform is not suggested for backtesting. Suppose you are wanting to test in ami broker, you should have data for the past whatever period, 2 years or 5 years that you're trying to backtest. Or if you're looking at trading view, they based on the kind of plans that you have taken for subscription, the historical trades can be seen for something like 10,000 bars or 20,000 bars. They talk in terms of number of bars. Suppose you're looking at a 5 minute time frame, then they will allow up to 10,000 5 minute bars of testing. If it is 15 minutes, the numbers would come down. So if you want a higher period, then you will need to look at a higher kind of plans in TradingView. Yeah, see, the requirement here is that you should have a strategy in TradingView, which gives you buy sell signals. So in TradingView, so whenever that signal is generated in TradingView, signal will be picked up and orders will be placed in our platform. So we will look at some live samples today. We will use TradingView and see how we can do the settings. We'll just after going through the platform, Algomojo platform, we will look at integration with TradingView. So, in case if you have any specific thing to be seen in, say, TradingView like a super trend, we will see super trend integration. How do we do that? Yes. So, when you log in using a broker credentials, first time when you're doing it, you'll need to go to this tab called My API, and when you're doing it for the first time, it'll ask you to generate the APIs. So you'll need to click the button, accept the disclaimer, and you will get your APIs. Now, if you have opened an account with Algomojo as a referral, you will get lifetime free. It will be some 9,000 odd days of platform usage at no additional cost for you. So this you get. if you have opened an account with Algomojo as a referral. If you already have an account and you like to use our platform, we allow 7 days trial. So when you're doing it for the first time, it'll give you 7 days trial here. Kindly try it out for 7 days. See if the platform is able to meet your kind of requirements, and then look at taking the subscription. For subscriptions, as I was mentioning, there are three of them, three models. Uh, you have a monthly and a half yearly and a yearly plan. So yearly, if you take, it works out to 500 rupees per month as such for you. Yeah. So after you do this, after you get your APIs, the next step is to define what is that we want to trade. Uh, that we do by going to this tab called My Strategies. Go to this My Strategies and click on the page. You will get a page when you're doing it for the first time, which will be empty. But as you keep adding strategies, it will all be stored and will be available to you always. So when you're doing it for the first time, use this new strategy for defining what is that you want to trade. Yeah. Yes. Now, for using the platform, you will need to log in every day. But this setup is just one-time activity. Like, suppose you want to trade in some instruments, you define it here and save it. It is always available, and every day in the morning, you will need to log into our platform close to the market open timings as such. Don't log in very early, say at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning, because brokers will be doing their maintenance activity and they would not. The tokens available for API based orders will not be fresh, and if you have logged in early, the orders may not go through. So kindly log in as close to market open timing as possible. Say do it around 8 after 8:30 or 8:45 to be on the safer side. So most brokers would have finished their maintenance activity, and they will provide the fresh tokens that can be used for the day, right? So in creating this strategy, what we actually do is, we define what is that we want to trade. Now, for example, if we want to trade in, say, futures, and you want to trade in using a super trend kind of strategy in a trading view, first we will define in Algomojo Nifty futures is what we want to trade. So that, let's look at an example. You can say that, give any name. I'll say NF demo 1st November, and you will need to select a rule. There are 5 types of rules that we have defined in a platform based on the studies of the various strategies that are available, various trading requirements or investment requirements. We have narrowed it down to 5 kind of rules. What are these rules? I will explain when we get into a look at a chart and trading view. Now, basically, these rules are long only, short only, long plus short, buy sell, long plus short, buy sell, short cover, and stop and reverse. How these work, a brief explanation is given when you hover the cursor on the rule. Otherwise, I will when we open trading view, I will show and explain what each of these rules mean. Now, for strategies like super trend, we will need to use a rule called stop and reverse. Now, why stop and reverse? When we look at the chart, I'll explain that. Segment you need to select, we'll say future and option, and symbol will type in as Nifty. So I'll select Nifty November contract. Order type can be NRML or it can be MIS. If you are an intraday trader, select MIS. Otherwise, positional traders can look at NRML. Then the price type is always market. So there's no limit order facility as of now. So that will come in later. Okay, let me try and hope this is visible. This is better. Yes. Yeah, thanks. So we will say that okay, price is always market, and you will need to define how many lots you want to trade. Suppose you want to trade, say, 100 lots. Um, it will show you the quantity also. Based on the instrument, the quantity will vary. If it is Bank Nifty, it is different. If it is Nifty, it is different. So based on your quantity, it will automatically select the split to be done also. And then these are the basic things that you need to define. So you need to say whether it is options or futures. You will need to say whether it is intraday or carry forward, and you will need to say the number of lots that you want to trade. These are the basic information required. Now the next section talks about the target and stop loss, and profit level kind of trailing stop loss, or it can be point based, MTM based. Various types of targets and stop losses can be set. In case if your strategy itself is handling the target and exits, you need not have to look at any part of this section. Then once you update these, and if you want to take all the trades and you don't want to take change any of the market start time end time kind of things, you can ignore the rest of the page and just update this. You can say submit. So if the data that is required is complete, then it will get saved and it will show as a strategy here. As you can see, Nifty 1st November strategy. For this is basically for we have just defined for trading 100 lots of Nifty futures on a carry forward basis or a positional trade basis. By default, it will be in inactive state. You will need to enable paper trade or live trade. So every day in the morning, you will need to enable it. Log in. After login, come to the section called My Strategies, and then activate for paper trade or live trade. Start with the paper trades, and once you get a hang of how the system is working, and if it is meeting your requirements, you can change over to live trades. So this is all as the information to be updated in Algomojo. And the next step would be to go to Trading View or your ME broker or your charting kind of platforms and do the alert creation there. So let's any queries so far. Let me know anything to be clarified in our platform. Let me know here. I can try and answer them. Otherwise, we'll look at the chart in TradingView. So, as I was mentioning, you will need to have a subscription of TradingView. You need to have a strategy in TradingView that you have tested and you'd like to take trades based on the signals that strategy would be generating, and create an alert. That's all. So the process to be followed is start with the trading symbol. For today's demo, we'll look at this is just an example. To get a live trade or live signals, we will use the Bitcoin chart. For example, you, this is just to get a live signal, and it's not that you will be able to trade in Bitcoin. The Bitcoin markets are open today, so we should be able to get some live signals. To just to look at the signals, I opened this chart. So if you're trading in Nifty, or you want to trade in Bank Nifty, or you want to trade in an options chart, the process is the same. All you have to do is open the chart, and then next step is to select the time frame. So suppose you want to trade in a minute or a 5 minute time frame or a 15 minute or hourly time frame, select the time frame next. Now, after you select the symbol and the time frame, load your strategy. Now we will do the first demo using a super trend. So super trend is already loaded. Otherwise, you can use any strategy that is already available in TradingView and start automate it and then start using it. So you bring in your own strategy, the ready-made ones which are available. There's so many of them published in TradingView. Or if you have developed your own strategy for trading, you can bring in that and then you can integrate for order placements. Uh, so let me load super trend. Yeah, this is the super trend strategy. So many of you, or almost everybody, would have heard about super trend. It's a very popular strategy. Been A lot of people have been using this kind of strategy. So this strategy is always in trade, as you are aware. It is either long or short. So it is always in trade. There are strategies which are not always in trade. For example, now, there are strategies which are not continuously in trade. So, for example, it will take a buy here and then say target is met here, and then there could be no trades. Then they'll get a sell signal here, and then target could be hit, and then there may not be any new signal, say, till here. So, it is not continuously in trade, it is intermittently in trade. So, those kind of strategies are available. So, in case if you are using those kind of strategies which are not continuously in trade, then you have to use a different rule. And for super trend kind of strategies which are always in trade, you will need to use the rule called stop and reverse. Now, why stop and reverse? What happens here is, suppose you have a buy signal coming in here, it will take a long trade, and when a sell comes, it will close the long trade and take the reverse of that. That is the sell. So it will reverse that trade which you're taking. So that is why it is called stop and reverse. Suppose you have taken a CE here. When you get a sell signal, it will close the CE signal or CE position and take the PE as such. And when you get a buy signal, the PE will be closed and the CE will be taken. So stops the current trade and takes the reverse of that trade. So that is the reason we call it stop and reverse. The other rules are long only, short only, and long plus short. When do we use that? Suppose you're a trader and you feel that from Monday onwards the market is going to trend high only, then you want to take only the long trades. You don't want to take any short trades from Monday. So you can select the rule called long only. Or if you feel that the markets might go down and you'd like to take only the short trades, use the short only as the rule. Or if you want to take both kind of trades, like long and short, or intermittently in trades, then use the rule called long plus short. That is the third rule. The fourth rule is also called long and short, but with buy, sell, and short cover as actions, which is more relevant in a AMI broker kind of environment and not a trading view kind of requirement. Now, there are strategies in trading view also which send the actions of buy, sell, and short and cover. If it is so, then use the fourth rule as such. Yes. So once you load your strategy, so you select the symbol and then the time frame, and then you load your strategy. Go to this strategy name and click on these three dots to create an alert. So you say just add an alert. So you get a pop-up box. It go to the message section. Whatever is the content there, select all of them. Sorry, all the content and delete it, and go to Algo Mojo, go to the strategy that you have defined. If you see this, if you come to the bottom portion, you will see the trading view. There are four buttons, so four tabs. Go to the strategy and copy this code which is there and paste it here, and give it a name. I will say NF demo first November. Then go to the notification section, and whatever is the default webhook URL which is there, remove that. Again, go to Algomojo, your strategy, and copy that webhook URL and paste it here, right? And just say create. That's it. There's no other thing to be done for automation. So once you save it, it will be displayed here, as you can see here. So whenever there's a next, whenever a signal is going to come, that signal will be picked up and the order will be, and it will be sent to Algomojo, and we will process it and place orders with your broker. Any queries so far on this? So let me try and repeat it again. So in trading, the first thing that you need to look at is what is the instrument you want to trade, whether it is Nifty, Bank Nifty, or Reliance, or HDFC, whatever is the instrument. Load that first, select the time frame, And third step is to load your strategy. Now, once you load the strategy, go to this three dots, the more button, and say add alert. You'll get a pop-up box. Go to the message section, remove whatever is there by default, and from Algo copy this content and paste it here. Give it, sorry, it did not get copied. Paste it here. And then go to notification, remove this webhook URL, whichever is there, or whatever is there, and then copy the webhook URL from here and then paste it here and say create. That's all are the steps to be followed for automating your strategy. So whenever this is generating a signal, that will be processed and orders will be placed for you. Yeah, if you want to see this, yeah. If I suppose somebody wanted to have a look at the strategy tester, yeah, based on the strategy, you should be able to see the Pine editor, the code, and the strategy tester. It will give you details about how many trades were taken and what is the drawdown, what is the P&L. All those details will be provided here. So, dynamic quantity, for say, for example, um, if you want to trade based on the capital, um, on say especially we've seen people who are using charting and even trading view also, if they have a portfolio of stocks or there's a watch list of stocks and you want to you get signals on some of the signal stocks, not every day you get signals for all the stocks, you will get signals for some of the stocks. So whenever those signals are coming in for the respective stocks, you would like to, based on the last traded price, you would like to take calculate the quantity automatically and then place orders. That's also possible in the in our platform. So while creating a watch list, you will need to define the capital that you want to allocate, and based on, suppose you say 50,000 rupees and the stock price is say 1,000 rupees, um, so it will take 50,000 divided by 1,000. So that amount of quantity will be sent across for placement of orders. So we have had this requirements from people who use, say, charting and trading view. They want to, based on the capital allocated for each stock, the quantity to be decided by the system. So it is available. I can check it out. So, in terms of automation using any strategy, you can bring in not only super trend, you can bring in any kind of strategy. The process is the same. So, first load the instrument, load the time frame, load your strategy, and create an alert. There are no other things required at all. I'm not very sure how do we get this, sir. Somebody is asking for a trading panel, something like this. I don't know. You'll need to try it out. Yeah. This panel, since we are talking about, we have used a 1 minute time frame, so this is what is visible. See, most brokers have integrated with TradingView for providing the charts as such. You'll get to you will be able to see the TradingView chart, but that does not support the webhook URL. So it is more on provided for charting purpose and not for automation purpose. So if you have an account with Fires or Zerodha, they all uh, give you charts which are from TradingView. But using that trading or chart, you will not be able to automate. You will need to have a separate subscription for TradingView. So the broker provided TradingView terminal will not be able to support webhook URL. So you'll not be able to automate from there. You will need to take the subscription. And um, I think TradingView is normally they bring out a discount offer towards the Good Friday or the Black Friday kind of, sorry, not Good Friday, Black Friday sales. They provide huge discounts, which is coming up in this month, November. So you can avail that facility also. Yeah, they have various plans. TradingView, if you look at, sorry, it is showing in Indian rupees. Sorry, on dollar. Close to about 1300 something is what you can get, I suppose. About $13. This allows up to 20 price alerts. Suppose you can create 20 alerts, and if you're uh, if you require more, then you will need to look at a higher plan. So the next plan would allow up to 100 price alerts, 400 price alerts, and 1000 price alerts. Depending on the requirement, you can choose the plan and start the trading purpose or start trading as such. So once you have created an alert, whenever the signal comes in, um, it can get executed. Now, suppose say you have created an alert and you feel that the market is going to trend upwards. You would like to enter this trade, and after that, you want the system to take care of it in terms of exits. That can be done. So what all you have to do is go here and then take a position from here itself. We go to this is what we just created. We will say that okay, you can say buy since it is in long. um, so once you click a buy, it will send an order, and you can send look at those orders under this tab called my signals. Go to my signals. As you can see, we have generated a manual order and multiple orders have been placed because the quantity is 100 lots, and you can see the position running. So this is the position running. Now we have taken this manually, and after that, any signal coming from TradingView, it will be automatically processed. Suppose we get a sell signal, the long position of 100 lots will be converted into short position of 100 lots, and it can keep running for you. Yeah, I think YouTube is the best. You will find a lot of resources in YouTube for TradingView. It's you can have it. I'm not aware. I've not tried as such, which is the best YouTube available for learning trading. It's nothing much complicated. Um, just Google it, and you will be able to find a lot of stuff for how to use TradingView as such. Yes. Now, so when there's if the signal comes, then it will be processed and the reverse orders will be placed. So this is how you automate any strategy. What we saw was for a super trend. You can bring in any other strategy. So there is another strategy. Let me show that. Uh, this is something called half trend. So this is a half trend strategy. Again, this is continuously in trade, either long or short. So there's one more strategy. Let me try and show that. This is called alpha trend. So this also is in continuously in trade, similar to super trend. I mean, in terms of the structure, I would say it is not intermittently in trade. It is always in trade, either long or short. So that is what I mean. Not the logic is not the same. Each of them you have a different logic for entry and exits. But in terms of order flows, it is continuously in order, either long or short. Now, the price, what we support is currently only market orders. Uh, the limit order is will be launched shortly. So, when we have the limit order, then you can specify what should be the trigger price and what should be the entry price, those kind of things as such. Yes. So, uh, so if you have any strategy that you want to trade, kindly follow the same process, create an alert, and once you create an alert, it is always available for you. So here again, every day in the morning, all you have to do is come to this page called My Strategies and enable for live or paper trade. And after that, you can close your computer also, not an issue. But you should not log out from here. Don't go to this kind of button and say log out. If you say log out, any signal coming into our platform will be ignored. They will not be processed. So once you have logged in the morning and enable the strategy for paper trade or live trade, you can close the browser, or if the internet fails or you have to go somewhere and you want to shut down the computer, you can do that. So not to worry. And TradingView, as you are aware, is hosted in the cloud, and it will keep working for you. So it will keep sending the signals whenever they are generated. So that will be received by Algo Mojo, and the orders will be placed. So you need not have your computer also on. Yeah. Now, in Algo Mojo, when we are looking at, if you look at any of these strategies, let me try and open this. Yeah, if you mean this trading view modules and bridge, say ME broker, so you have various modules of ME broker available. If it is Python, you get Python documentation. If it is bridge, then you have to use. If you want to run it on ME broker, then you have to download the bridge in ME broker. How to do that? All that details are provided in this page. So you can go to this section. It will take you to the section. You can go through these documentation and do the installation of the bridge. So in case if you are using AMI broker, then you will need to have a data feed and a strategy in AMI broker, and you have to install the bridge as a one-time activity. And based on the kind of the structure of your strategy, whether it is continuously in trade or intermittently in trade, you will need to download the necessary module. Now, when we talk about necessary module, you can look at, say, you have long only, short only, long plus short, stop and reverse, or button trading. Depending on, suppose you are running super trend in an AMI broker, then you have to use this module. So all you have to do is copy paste this and add it as a part, or save it as an EFL in AMI broker. And on your strategy, you have to just drag and drop this module also. That's all. Yes. See, if when you're running a strategy like super trend, so when a buy is there, no, while so when a buy is there, you want suppose you have taken a trade for one lot, and when the sell comes, uh, the requirement is that we close the long portion and take a short portion. So if you have taken one lot here long, it will close the long and take one lot short. So that is how the strategy is working, or it is designed. So it will trade both long and short signals. Now, suppose you don't want to take these short signals at all, you want to take only the long signals, then use a rule called long only. So, what it will do is it will take one lot of Nifty or Bank Nifty that you're trying to trade, and when the sell comes, it will stop that or close that portion and not take the short portion at all. So if you want to take both long and short signals, then yes, you have to use the rule called stop and reverse. What it does is when a long comes, it will take the long position, or when the buy comes, it will take a long position. When the sell comes, it will close that long position and take a short position. So we had taken the long position using manually, and we wanted the system to take care of it whenever the sell comes. So the sell signal has come. Let us see what has happened to that sell signal. As you can see here, sell has been generated. You go to Algo Mojo. I think we had switched off this strategy. Maybe it is got ignored. Let me see this. Yeah, since we had closed the position, or I had switched off to show something, the order has got rejected, or the signal has got rejected. As you can see, please enable live or paper trade for auto trade. Since I had not enabled this, that signal has been ignored. So always need to keep the live trade or paper trade active, so that any signal coming in from TradingView will not be missed out. So as you can see here, the we have received this signal at 11:14:01 for sell, and it has come from this IP. It's a different IP. This is my laptop IP. This is TradingView IP, and it has been sent, processed, and it has got rejected. For a broker to trigger the trade through Algo, if I create only buy or sell. See, it depends on your requirement in ME broker. Now, if you want to trade like super trend, what we saw here, like what we saw here in ME broker, whenever there's a buy coming in and sell coming in, if your AFL is working in this manner, or if it is super trend itself, for example, then there is a module called stop and reverse module. You'll find it here. Go to my strategies, and if you look at view here, whatever broker. So this stop and reverse module. Copy, go to the section and copy this code and save it as an AFL, and drag and drop it on the super trend strategy which you are running in ME broker. That's it. So here in say for example, ME broker is sending all the signals buy, sell, and short and cover, but you want to trade only buy signals. Then you keep the rule as long only. You can change this rule. Let me try and edit this. Show you this. If you say you if you click on this long only, so what it will do is it will process only buy signals. So when ME broker sends a buy, it will take a long trade, and when it sends a sell, it will close a long trade. It will not take the reverse trade. Now, for whatever reason you want to take only short trades, then you can say short only here. So it will process only the short signals. So when ME broker sends a short signal, it will take a short position, or a sell signal, it will take a short position. When the buy comes, that position taken in short will be closed. Or if a new buy comes, it will be ignored. So it will not take long position at all. It will only take short. So the long only will take only long signals trades. Short only will take only short trades. If you want to take both the kind of trades, long and short, then use long plus short, or long plus short, buy sell short cover, depending on how ME broker is configured. If we have seen some strategies in ME broker which would send buy sell only and not the short and cover. There are some strategies which will send all type of all the four actions, buy sell and short cover. If it is so, then select this rule called buy sell short and cover. Yeah. Now, coming back to trading, so this is how you can create. You have any strategy, then you create an alert in whatever time frame and instrument that you're trying to trade. So this trading view is in cloud environment, so it will keep running in the background, and the orders can get placed uh, whenever the signals are generated. So it is just to copy paste activity that we do to automate any strategy that you would have. All you have to do is load your strategy, click on this button called more, and update the message box with the content that we give, and update the webhook URL that we provide, and say create. That's all. There's no other thing that needs to be done. We need don't look at what is there in this code, or if there is some changes to be done in the code. We will need to have some programming knowledge, or you need to have some coding requirement. None of those kind of things are there. We have tried to keep the process as simple as possible. All you have to do is copy one or two things which are required, and then the process is completed, and the systems can keep working for you continuously. And charting is even more better. All you have to do is they have a webhook placement for webhook URL, not even message box. So in the status, you'll need to give as buy or sell, and in the webhook section, just copy this webhook URL and paste it there. That's it. In charting, it is just the webhook URL that needs to be pasted. In TradingView, you have to paste this code and also the webhook URL. There's no other thing to be done. Any queries so far? See, as I was saying, our platform is not for back testing or forward testing kind of environment or requirements. It is the paper trade is given as a facility to check if the trades are happening as per your requirements. To test that, only the paper trading facility is provided. I suppose 200 is a good number for you to test it out. If there is some temporary requirement for a few days, we can try and increase it maybe marginally. Yes. We don't support crypto. We don't support forex. We are limited to for trading in any of the Indian exchanges only. This Bitcoin, I was just showing to using it just to generate a signal, but we don't. You will not be able to place orders in cryptos or forex. Now, we were looking at strategies. Now, if you want to use an indicator, that's also possible. Say, for example, you want to take an order based on an indicator when, say, something like an RSI. you load your indicator, and the process is pretty similar. All you have to do is go here and again click on the more button and say add alert on the indicator. See, any overnight positions are maintained by the broker, right? We fetch any orders placed using the APIs will be tracked by us. Now, if you have taken any orders directly, say through broker terminal or from your mobile phone, we will not be able to track that. We will track only those positions which are generated from Algo. For example, here when we have created a strategy for trading in Nifty futures, and the for this the signal is coming from trading view, or you can place the orders from here also, buy and sell. So uh, when you are doing it from here only, those orders are tracked by us, and not all the orders that you would have placed with your broker will be tracked here. So it could sometimes happens that, so we have taken, for example, a buy order, and we will have, say, something like position open of 100 lots, which is 7,500. Now, you might have taken another, say, 100 lots from your broker terminal, or from your mobile phone. So, but we will, in our API section, only 7,500 quantity is taken. So we will display only the 7,500. However, if you go to position book here, that will show both your manual orders and also API based orders. It will have all the details as maintained in the broker's book. So this information of orders, trades, and position is nothing but a replication of the broker's terminal. So all positions will be displayed here. All trades taken manually or through API will be displayed. All orders placed will be displayed. Um, as in, say, broker terminal, it will be displayed here also. Yeah, see, when it says that if you have taken a monthly option, say, um, they provide you, say, not monthly option, if you take a subscription for a year, so you get to use those 20 alerts for the entire year as such. Suppose you take the next plan, you can set up to 100 alerts, and you can use them for as long as your subscription is active. You can create those 100 alerts or 20 alerts, and it will keep running. Suppose you have taken any yearly contract subscription, then so you can create these 20 alerts, and it will keep running for you for the next 1 year's time. Yeah, it's a good question. How do you reconcile what is broker, how to take care of the API signals? When we log in in the morning, so for example, morning you have logged in, say, around 9 o'clock. Then when you come to my strategies, and when you try to, say, this happens in the live trades only, right? No, paper trades is only saved with us, it doesn't go to the broker. Suppose you are doing live trades, so here when you click live trade, let me try. When you click on this live trade, it will give you a pop-up saying that you will need, we find that there's a difference in terms of quantity. Suppose here we have taken 100 lots, but broker has got 200 lots under your name or under your account. So we will um, give you a pop-up which will say that please reconcile. There's a mismatch in what we have and what the broker is showing. So we are showing 100 lots, but broker is showing 200 lots. Now, if it is correct, you can ignore that this ignore that message and you can continue. Or if you want to change, now for example you started with 100 lots and towards the end of the day you have closed 50 lots manually. You've taken your mobile phone and closed 50 lots on there, but you are not updated here in Algo Mojo. It is still showing 100 lots. I just closed it manually. So, for example, close it manually here. So this would be showing 100 lots quantity. So then you need to come and do a reconciliation where you can adjust the quantity. You can say that, okay, let me make this 100. So there's 100 quantity. Now you have closed 50 lots, so only 50 is remaining. So our system is prompting you saying that we are finding a mismatch. Please reconcile. What you need to do is come here and do an adjust. Or rather, when it shows you, when you try to click this button, it'll and you say if you want to reconcile, it'll open up a new box where you will be able to adjust the quantity and the price also. And if there's no difference, then it will not ask you to reconcile. Only when it finds that there's a difference in the quantity that we are tracking or the orders that were placed from our system and what is there in the morning when you log in at the broker's place, if there's a mismatch, then it will ask you to reconcile. So you need to necessarily reconcile it if the quantity mismatch is due to, say, some orders being closed manually, which were earlier taken by API, like what we were saying. Or if you have taken 100 lots from API and another 50 lots you have taken manually, then the total quantity at broker is 150, and then our case it is 100. You can ignore that reconcile message and carry on with the 100 lots that we are having. And whenever there's a signal coming in, we will take care of those 100 lots closure or whatever needs to be done. If target is met or stop loss is hit, we will close those 100 lots. Yeah. Now, coming back here. So, suppose if you want to use an indicator, for example, say an RSI kind of thing, it can be any indicator. So, all you have to do is click on this more button. It will give you a pop up box. This pop up box, as you can see, is slightly different compared to what you saw earlier when you're using a strategy. The indicator kind of studies will have condition and um, trigger also. You will need to set it up. Now for example, if the condition is that if the RSI comes above say 70 and you want to take a long trade, what you can do is you can say that the condition is that RSI crossing up a value of 70, we want to, and if the bar closes above that 70, then we want to place an order. So these two need to be updated. Then go to the message box and use this content which we provide. For indicators, you'll need to create two alerts. For example, here, come down here. For indicators, you have buy, sell, short, and cover. So indicators are just studies, right? They don't give you entry and exit points. Like they don't tell you buy or sell here. Unlike a strategy will tell you clearly buy and sell, or it will give you those actions also. Whenever there's a sell coming in, it will give you a sell action which has to be processed. Whereas an indicator is just a study, but we have to create that alert or say that okay, if it comes to a value of 70, this we'll need to take a buy. So we update this with a buy action. Here we can say that indicator, let me say it as IND1, indicator 1. So you will need to create two alerts, one for buy and one for sell. And notification, again, use this webhook URL that we provide here. Sorry, here. Copy this and paste it here. No, that did not copy it properly. paste it here. And did we give a name? Yeah. So once you say create alert, the alert will be seen, and you can see this dotted line with the right pointing arrow. So it will be there for you always. Suppose you want to take an early entry, instead of waiting for 70, you can drag it down, right? Um, it's come to about 62 level. Either you can drag it down, or you can go and um, change the values here also. If you make this 65, for example, you can keep varying it based on your requirement, and the indicator will always be there. I mean, the alert will always be there. uh, so if the RSI closes above this value of 75, then sorry, 65, it will trigger a buy order. So and you will, in case you need a sell order also, for example, all you have to do is, after creating this, right click on this and say clone. We'll create a second one, an exit alert also. All you come here and say, if the RSI goes above 80 and starts coming down to a value of 75, the entry that I have taken, I want it to be closed. So we'll say that, instead of crossing up, we'll say crossing down a value of, say, um, 80. And if the bar closes below 80, in the message box, we will change this to sell instead of buy, and give this as a different name, so that you know that, okay, there are two different alerts with two different functionalities. So this is for sell and this is for buy. So both the alerts will both the levels will be displayed on the screen. You can keep shuffling them. You can move it up or down based on your requirement. So whenever the RSI closes above the indicator here, the level here, it will trigger a buy order. And if the RSI goes above this level and starts coming down, then only it will exit the long taken here as such. So you can bring in any indicator, and the method is the same. To create two alerts, one for entry, when should the entry happen, and when should the exit happen. So you create two alerts, one for entry and another one for exit. Yeah, see, for all users having account with any of the 30 brokers that we have, you get a 7 days trial. Kindly use that. And if you find all the features and facilities are meeting your requirement, then you can go in for a subscription, which can be monthly, half yearly, or yearly kind of subscription. Even the best option would be to open a new account with any of those 7 brokers I was showing, wherein you don't need Algo Mojo subscription as such. You will get it free of cost for life for all the features which are currently available and which are going to be launched going forward also. If multiple signals from different strategies come for same symbol, different time, then way to manage max orders. See, for each strategy that you create, suppose you are trading in, say, Nifty futures, and you're trading in different time frames. For example, it could be 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute. For each, you would create a different strategy like this, and for each of them, you can set the number of trades that you want to take. It can't be for the combined all 4 or 5 of the strategies. It has to be at an individual level. You can't say that, okay, I want to take for all my strategies put together only 10 trades. That's not possible. Individual level, individual strategy level, you can control in terms of how many signals, what quantity that can be traded. So coming back on the trading, so this is how you can use any indicator. You can bring in an indicator, and process is same. Load your indicator in the time frame that you want to trade and the instrument that you want to trade, and just go to this more button and say add alert. Update the condition, update the trigger, go to message box, update this with the buy action or the sell action, and use the webhook URL. All these, both these details are given in Algomojo. Just copy them and paste it here and say create. It's as simple as that. Two copy paste to be done, and whatever details are required, we are giving it for you. A lot of people use price based actions, something like trend lines are pretty popular. Something like you can draw a trend line. You can draw a trend line and say that okay, if my trend line, if the price breaks below this trend line, for example, I want a sell to be taken. The way to do is you put in your study. It could be trend lines. It could be any other kind of study that you would have. Right click on that and say add alert. Again, you can say that if the price is coming down this level, and go to this message box, update this with the sell action. Sorry, not this. From Algo Mojo, pick up this code for sell indicator, copy this and paste it here and give it a name, say TL short entry, and update the webhook URL with from here again. Copy this webhook URL and paste it here. Sorry. And give it a name. Yeah, we give it a name and says create. So it will be shown here. So if the price drops below this trend line and closes below this trend line, it will trigger a sell order. If you want, if you're looking at a buy kind of thing, all you have to do is again put in your drawing something like this and right click on that and say add alert. You can say crossing up instead of crossing down. You want a breakout and uh, bar close, and in the message box update with a buy action. The action can be got from here. Go here, paste it here. You can say trend line breakout and update the webhook URL and say create. So if the price crosses above and closes above this trend line, uh, it will trigger a long order or a buy order. And if it's a breakdown kind of thing, it will trigger a sell order. Right. So you can use indicator, you can use studies like this. If you're looking at say um, resistance support kind of things, you can draw a line and say that okay, this is my support. If the price comes to this level and starts moving up, I want to take a long trade. You can do that. All you have to do is identify your support levels and right click on that and say add alert. You can say price crossing up. Say if you will want the price to go down and then start coming up, so that you know that this is a good support. So you can say price crossing up. It will not trigger when the price is crossing down this line. When it starts, it has gone down and starts moving up, it will take a long trigger. We want a long trigger, long position to be taken. So we will say crossing up the price at this level, and in the message box put this action as buy and Give a name. It can be, say, support levels, and update with the webhook URL and say create. So if the price closes above this support level, then it will trigger a long order. Similarly, if it's a resistance, if you feel that okay, this is a good resistance point, you whatever long you have taken here, you want to close that here, you can do that. Similar thing, except the action will be that it will, instead of buy, you will say action as sell. So there is, so you can bring in any kind of study in trading view, and you will be able to automate them. And again, all these are one-time setups. See, alerts are just one-time setups, and they are pretty flexible. You can, once you create it, you want to move them around, you can move them. You want to make it more steeper, you can do that. And whenever the breakout happens, you will get a long entry. If they, so if it's breakdown, then you get a short entry. So there are excellent features available in TradingView. You could use them and then automate them and take trades based on that. Anything anybody would like to have a look at in um, the platform or in terms of TradingView, let me know. I'll try and show them. Yeah. No, see, group wise maximum orders or quantity is still not configurable. Individual strategy level, individual portion level, you can do it. Yeah, we are in discussion with many of the brokers to put it up in their websites. Also, some of them do the promotions from their end, and we have been getting a lot of people uh, from the broker end also. Yes. Yeah. Way to use or how to change ITM and OTM. Yes. So let's look at one more strategy here. Now, this we were looking at for futures. Okay. Let us create one for options, for example. Say, give it a name, something like BN options demo, and select a rule as something like stop and reverse, and segment, say it as options dynamic. Okay. And say here select bank nifty. Now you can look at all the instruments which you can trade using options. So crude oil, gold, natural gas, all these are possible. Now if it is bank nifty, select that. You can select the expiry. It will give you current month, next month, and the far month. If you select the current month, it will show you the date also, what is the expiry date. And here in terms of strike, you can say whether you want ATM, or say if you want to trade in ITM 5, you can say ITM 5 and select it from here. Rest of the process is the same. If you want target and stop loss, you can update it here. You want number of trades to be limited, you can update it here. You want trading stop loss to be done, you can update it here. You can set the end time and start time here. You want can set the rollovers here and say submit, and you can use charting or trading view or ami broker, update, configure the alert, or use the necessary modules there, and then signals whenever they're getting generated, the orders will be placed for Bank Nifty ITM 5 strike. It can be put or it can be call. So this is where, so whichever instrument that you are trying to trade, suppose if it is Nifty, you can select Nifty and the expiry as week one, week two. Week one is 4th of November, and you can say if you want to trade in, say, OTM 5, you can select OTM 5 here and update the balance of the fields. Name already exists. So, any of these strategies that you create or the instrument that you are wanting to trade will always be available for you. If you don't want to trade for a certain period for whatever reason, you can keep them in an inactive state. So you can say that yes, keep them in inactive state, and once you decide that you want to get into trading again, you can come here, log in the morning, and then activate for paper trade or live trade. And systems will handle the processing of signals received from whichever charting tool that you're using. It could be TradingView or Charting or Ami Broker, any of these. It could be we're targeting towards the end of this month. We were wanting to go live with the from 1st of October, but when the IP requirement was being the 1st of October, the regulator had said that the IP has to be mandatorily uh, changed. So that got pushed. So they are bringing in some more changes. So we're waiting for confirmation from the exchange or SEBI. Based on that, we will take a call. We will be able to release it. But otherwise, we are more or less ready in terms of the IP requirement, which the thing has been proposed, and it should have gone live. It has they have postponed it twice. So whenever they are trying to make it compulsory, we will be ready. So along with that, we have a couple of new features that are being planned and will get launched. See, the a requirement is that any API based order has to come from a static IP. That is what the regulator has said. So you will need to have a static IP for placing orders from Algo. So we have done the tie-ups to provide the static IP for all our users with the data centers who are hosting our services, and you will need to subscribe for those IPs. Now, if you take one IP, you can use it with multiple brokers, so it shouldn't be a problem. So there'll be an additional cost which goes towards the IP charges only. Otherwise, our platform charges will be free. In case if you have opened a new account, uh, there'll be no charges if you open a new account with any of the 7 brokers. Otherwise, you will need to take the IP charges. You will have an option in terms of again monthly, quarterly, and yearly kind of things. It's just a cost pass on that we are trying to do. Whatever is the service provider charging for the IPs, we don't add any overheads on that. So it will be the same charges you will need to pay. Price is yet to be finalized and published. We will let you know, sir. At the customer end, there's no other changes that needs to be done for static IP usage. You will need to subscribe or take the IP from a platform like us, where you're going to send the orders using the API. So otherwise, in your strategy or in your entire process, there's no other change to be done. Yeah, I know that a lot of people have been asking for perpetual on or off on these strategies. Uh, we're trying to make that. Let's see, maybe the new version could have such kind of facility where you need not have to switch on these also. Uh, it can be kept on always or it can be kept off always. We're trying to build in that facility, but otherwise, in the current form, you will need to log in and then come to this strategy section and switch on the live or the paper trade. The new features that we're talking about is things like option strategies. If you have multiple legs to be processed, all the legs can be automatically created. And things like combined P&L. If you have five strategies running, you want us to look at profit achieved from all the five strategies at a level of say 50,000 rupees. Okay, so once it hits that 50,000 rupees kind of level, we'll close all the five positions, or even it can be stop loss levels also. If all the strategies put together create a loss of say 20K, then we'll close all the positions for you. And uh, uh, a limit order is another facility that we're talking about. So many more facilities are being developed and tested. Hopefully it will get launched with the new version. See, Telegram, you can get an alert from our system whenever there's an order getting placed or a signal getting generated. But managing your positions using a Telegram app, no, you'll not be able to, not definitely not manage. Uh, you'll not be able to manage. Only thing, even to see P&L, those kind of things, not possible, sir. You'll just get an alert. Yes, so and so signal has been generated, so and so order has been executed. That's it. There's a Algo bot in Telegram app. Kindly download that, get the chart ID and update it here. You can say that go to this notification here and paste the chat ID of Telegram app, and you can get notification when there's a signal and when the order is getting executed. Both can be got. Any other queries? See, if you look at up like for the kind of facilities that we provide, we have tried to keep this as competitive as possible, as low as possible, as affordable as possible. I, we are sure that you'll find a lot of value in our platform. So in terms of price, we're pretty would not like to offer varying kind of pricing structure for based on users. It is kept pretty uniform, and it is. pretty competitively priced, and like, it's pretty low. If you look at a yearly plan, it comes to 500 rupees per month. Uh, that's the basic kind of cost that we are charging from the clients. Towards the end of the month is what we're looking for new version. Let's see. Any queries? Tell me. Let me know. Yeah, that's what limit order is also a part of the next release. A bit about our support structure. uh, we are available on all working days or all trading days from 9 to 5, and on Saturdays from 10 to 5 as such. And you can contact us using WhatsApp. This is our WhatsApp number, 8105572233. Or you can give us a call, 8550 828 828, or you can raise a ticket or send an email. We'll be available for you to address any kind of queries that you have. And in case if we need any assistance to for we can come online and look at your strategies, handhold you to create whatever steps are required for automation purpose. We will teach you how to do it in case if you have any confusions online as such. And then uh, the process of doing the setup is pretty simple, copy paste kind of things. Only thing what we have seen is what is the kind of rule to be used, or what to be copied and what not to be copied. Those are some of the help queries that we get. So we'll be more than happy to help you out in terms of doing the initial setups. Thanks a lot. My name my name is Lokesh, and part of Algo team. And in case if you have any sure. In case you have any indicator you would like to see, and you would like to have a recording of that, kindly let us know. We will make that and share it also. And in case if you have any coding requirements in terms for trading view or for ME broker, we take up that. You can send an email to this email ID. My name is Lukesh. My email ID is lukesh@finfolab.com. And we have a blog. Uh, Request you to go through the blog. It gives you details about all the facilities and feature that can be used in our platform. Our website is algomotor.com. Yes, the recording will be available. Yeah. Thanks again, and wishing you all a very happy weekend. Thank you very much for attending the session. Do get in touch with us. We'll be very happy to assist you in your trading and investment journey. Thank you. If there are no queries, I'll try and end this session. Yes. Bye.